Good evening, folks, and welcome back to On the Icebox with Iceberg Bricks. Tonight, my guest is BizBricks from Columbus, Ohio. You guys know me on the Instagram. He has shown off a couple of his mocks, and it's a pleasure to have Biz on the show today. Say hello, Biz.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for stopping by. Definitely thanks for stopping by. Avid watcher on your Instagram, and you have a few colorful things, sir. You have a few colorful things, and your artistic talents are definitely showing through.
Appreciate it.
So where you from? I know I mentioned it before, but where you from?
I'm originally from New York, but I live in Columbus, Ohio now.
Ah, I knew it. The accent. I knew it. I know you couldn't hide from me. I'm from North Jersey, so
okay.
Your accent was right dead on. I said something he's not telling me. I know something.
Long Island.
Yeah. So that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah. So yeah, it definitely tells, man. You're still a New Yorker.
Yeah, I get that from a lot of people.
All right. Yeah, so you're involved in one of the shows, or you got a show going on now, right?
Yes, I'm in Ohio. I'm part of the Ohio Lug Group, and we have a display going on right now at the Columbus Museum of Art, and it'll be on display until the middle of February, I believe.
Okay, cool. So how'd you come about getting into Lego? Were you a lifelong fan?
Yeah, well, I always played with Lego as a kid, but I stopped playing with it as I grew up, and then my son became of that age where he started getting Legos, and through him, I kind of rekindled my love for it, and so he still plays with them, but not as much as I do, I don't think.
Okay. Oh, all right. So you get to play the cleanup, and
Yeah.
now he doesn't play anymore.
I build everything, and he breaks everything.
Ah, yeah, that's a good trade-off.
Yeah.
All right. So what are some of your Lego goals? I mean, I know some of the awesome things that you've done. Anything big coming on the next step?
Man, I'm actually I'm starting to gather some bricks to build not police station, but a hospital and like ambulance station for our city, because our city is lacking that. But so I'm gathering the bricks for that, and that's going to be my next big project, my next big build.
Okay, all right, awesome stuff. So how would you even describe your work? I mean, in your Lego, how would you describe business Lego artistic style?
I tend to build, I guess, more architectural like stuff that we could use in the city that we're building. We have a city that's it's about 5 foot by 6 foot big right now, and so I usually tend to build stuff that we could use in the city that we could play with that's functionable.
Okay, cool. I have a friend that does the same. He built his city. It's a playable city. Has to, that's one of the rules with Lego. He has to abide by it. It has to be playable.
Yeah. We have the big city setup. So when my son's friends come over, they always want to play in here instead of playing the video games.
Ah, got you. So let's see. You said you were part of a lug. What was the name? What was the name of that lug you said?
It's Ohio Lug.
Ohio. How long you been a part of that lug?
I've been part of it. I've been active about 2 years now. I guess I entered a Lego contest at the local museum. And there was 96 entries, and I won first prize. And so the Lego group contacted me and asked me to start coming to some meetings.
Okay. And it was all history from there, huh?
Yeah. I've been hanging out with him ever since. Yeah.
Okay. So tell me, what's the unique? What's unique about your building process?
I don't use none like the Lego Digital Designer or nothing. It's more of like a trial and error. You know, I build it up
Mm-hmm.
and I'll make like a loose mock. I'll build like a loose mock of it and then like go back and detail it as I build it. You know.
Right.
Yeah, so it's really just like trial and error. I try to use use a lot of the stuff that I learned from like just building like the Lego modulars that from the sets. You know.
Yeah.
I try to carry that, you know, what I learned from them, you know.
Okay. Okay. So when you're building Biz, do you allow others to see your building process?
Oh yeah, 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 yep. Yeah, my son usually gives me his input, and if my wife's around, you know, she'll tell me what she thinks. But yeah, I let other people see, and usually takes me a little while. You know, sometimes the bigger projects take a little while because I'll build and then I'll break it apart and build it back up again. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like trying different things to make them look a little more unique to what I'm doing.
Okay. Okay. So when you're building, do you build with do you share your the process of building with maybe a family member, a young one, or loved one?
Just my son.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's my advisor.
Yeah, you got to have one of those. You got to have a foreman, right?
Yeah.
So what other hobbies do you have, Biz? And do you see those hobbies carrying over to your Lego hobby?
Yeah, yeah. I'm an artist by trade. I do tattoos. So I draw a lot. I try
Hmm.
to I try to use like the color techniques, you know, so my buildings stand out a little more. I try to use like the brighter colors and different oddball color combinations, you know. Try to make them look
Hmm.
a little more unique, you know.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. So is building therapeutic for you, or I mean, or is it
Oh
just
yeah.
strictly a hobby?
Nah,
Okay.
it's very therapeutic. Even like, I mean, even like just spending some time sorting, you know, organizing stuff is therapeutic.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's definitely I would consider it therapeutic.
Okay. So tell me, how important is the AFOL community to you, and how important is the lug that you're with? Those that group that you're with. How is it important to you? How in your builds?
Um, I like being part of the lug because there's so many different people like different walks of life. Like one of the dudes that's in the lug is like a OSU college professor. There's like art teachers that are in the lug. Like everybody comes from like different backgrounds. You know,
Hmm.
you get influenced by what they're building too.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that myself, and experiencing that, my first time around in a lug setting, and with my guys. Well, I got my guys, the DMV bros,
Hmm.
but we were never a lug. We were just, a bunch of AFOLs that love to hang out
Yeah,
and
yeah,
share ideas and Lego. But yeah, so it's joining a part of the lug is going to be a new experience. So
yeah. It's pretty
looking
cool.
forward to it.
It's pretty good how they get the creative juices going.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Learning a lot along as I go too. I tell you, I definitely am. So, out of the bills that you got, Biz, which one of those are you most satisfied with?
Um, I like the police station. You might
Hmm.
you can see it back there. Little
Hmm.
police station back there. I like the police station. I have a church that's in my city. I noticed I noticed that a lot of people didn't have like churches in their city, but I always thought like they built in towns when they were forming towns was churches and stuff like that. You know. So
Hmm.
I thought my town had to have a church.
Oh, okay, okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, we'll definitely dive into that. You got a nice, very nice custom city layout. I like it. And so we'll definitely dive into that here shortly. Oh, out of it all, what was uh did were you ever in like a, I don't know, like a tough situation, or and your love for Lego help you persevere through something like in a tough situation?
Oh man, yeah, definitely. It gave me something to focus on and something to bring a positive light. And some I've had some family members pass away recently. Like
Hmm.
I guess about three. I've had about three family members pass away in the last year.
Hmm.
It's definitely helped me like focus and find like just something to be happy about.
Okay, okay. Um, what's the most memorable interaction you had with someone regarding your Lego hobby?
Oh man, I think it was when I entered that the contest for the Columbus Museum of Art, and like I said, there was about 96 entries, and I can't remember how many. I think it was like 400 or 500 people voted, but coming in first place, that was pretty cool.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, that was sweet.
okay. So when you're building, tell us about some of your techniques. How do you decide to scale when you're doing a new build?
Um, well, I usually try to keep in mind like the minifigure itself. You know what I mean? Like when I'm building, like the as far as scale goes. But
Hmm.
as far as like buildings and stuff, I always like taller is better.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I can relate. Okay.
Especially because I only I have a whole room that's like dedicated to the Lego, but I only have like so many square footage that I could use to build, you know, wide. So once I use all of that up, I'm going up.
Right. Yeah. 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 You know where yeah. You just got to go up. You can't when you can't go out. You go up.
Yep.
Yep.
I built a big platform for like you can see over here like for the for the haunted house because
Right.
I wanted it to like I just wanted it to be a little different, you know. So I set it up on like the little hill to build it up, and then there's actually like I used one of the old power miner sets underneath the hills, like in the back of it, so you
Hmm.
could kind of. I'll show you over here. You can kind of see like
Oh, okay. Yeah. 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 Absolutely. Yeah. That's right on. Yeah. You can
so
see
it has
the.
like the power. It has like the power miner set like built in the hill.
Hmm.
So it's just not just like a plain, you know, one big hill, you know. So it has a little something you can, I guess, like when you walk around a corner, you kind of pop out, you know.
Right. Okay. Okay. Very awesome. Very awesome. I like that. I like that concept. A little extra behind the scenes.
Yeah.
All right, folks. You have tuned in to the Iceberg Bricks on the Icebox with Iceberg Bricks. My guest tonight is BizBricks. This is the part of the show where we actually go into the world of BizBricks and see some of his mocks and see what his city's like. And we do that through a PowerPoint presentation, which I have prepared for you. All right, let's see if we can bring it up. Hold on a second here. See, we get on the right page first. Here we go. All right, let's try this. Here we go. All right. So how did you decide coming about your SigFig?
What was that? I'm sorry.
I said, how did you decide about coming about to designing your SigFig?
Um, the city itself.
No, your SigFig,
Oh,
your miniature. Yeah.
I just man when they were coming out with all those the CMFs, and then they came out with that
Mm-hmm.
hot dog dude. That hot dog dude was just like me all over. Like, so I just had to change the face really, because I'm everywhere I go. Like all the barbecues, everybody's like, "Oh, Biz will just eat the hot dogs. Don't worry about the hamburgers." So the hot dog guy was just like me in a nutshell kind of thing.
Okay, okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah. All right. So we have here this is your build here?
Yeah, that's actually the one that won the Columbus Museum of Art the prize.
Okay. Okay. Tell us about this
Yeah,
build here.
it was the I guess the parameters were it had to be one base plate big and it couldn't be no higher than 2 feet tall,
Uh-huh.
and it had to be somewhere where you would want to live. So I built like this kind of like this space station with like a little vehicle, and it had like it has like a full house inside like the little space station. It had like a living room, a kitchen, a bathroom, like the whole
Mm-hmm.
nine.
Okay.
But I built it and I was building it, and then about halfway through it, I kind of just put it to the side and started building something else because I kind of lost track.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I came up with a builder's block, I guess you could say, and
Yeah, yeah.
and I started building something else, and I put like all these hours into building a second thing, and then my son came in and was like, "That's dumb, Dad. You should just do the first one." So I had to go all the way back to the drawing board and finish the
Ah,
first one. But
gotcha,
I
gotcha.
won. I won because of it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he was
yeah, not
right.
too bad. Sometimes you gotta walk away and come back to certain projects, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there you go.
All right. So tell us about the detail you laid into this thing.
It has like a little vehicle. It's like it has a little piece of a mountain, so it looks like it's kind of like perched on the side of a mountain with like lava coming out of the mountain with an alien. And then, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, it has like a little kitchen, like a little. It's kind of like I guess like the Jetsons kind of feel to it.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Yep. Huh.
But I still have it built actually.
Awesome.
Not
Yeah,
here.
you definitely keep that. Yeah, you definitely keep that, man. Definitely keep that.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us about this modular you built, this custom modular, and tell us about the detail on the roof.
The green one. Okay. I built that as a house. It's a base plate and a half, so I guess it's like 16 by 32. But
Mm-hmm.
the roof, I liked it. It took me a minute to figure out how to set it up like that,
Mm-hmm.
but I forgot where I saw it somewhere, and I was like, I got to figure out how they did that. And then once I figured it out, I had to implement it. Put it to use.
Right.
But I
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
I like how that tile feel.
Gotcha. All right. So now we're taking a look inside of your city, and I think this is probably a earlier shot of your city.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
Take us through this phase part of your city.
Well, the White House with the blue is actually it's actually a creative set, but I had two of them, so I combined them to make one house. And the
Mm-hmm.
yellow house doesn't exist no more because I came home one day and it was all broken in a box. And I asked my son what happened, and he just said it fell apart. So the yellow house doesn't exist anymore.
uh, that's tough. That's tough. That's a tough break for the
he,
house.
he said that's what Legos do, Dad. They come apart.
All right, here's another modular installation to your city. Tell us about this one here.
That is I bought off Craigslist one of the friend sets. I forgot exactly which one it was, but it
Mm-hmm.
was already used, so it didn't have all the parts. So I just used what was there to make like a little beauty salon for my town, and so that's the building itself. I
No,
forgot
okay,
what set
okay.
it, but it was like the Friends Beauty, like the town or something.
Yeah, little friends. Yeah,
Yeah.
friends. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Now tell us what direction you're going in your city, and this is, I guess, this is one of your earlier shots. And you know,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have a couple. Hmm.
that's a little section of the modulars I have. Like the little red, white, and blue one was one of the first ones that we built, and then the yellow one we built a little later on to kind of go with the green one because of the colors. Because like I said, I like to use a little louder colors, make us
Hmm.
stand out a little more. And so that yeah, that's like the little mock boulevard of our modulars.
Okay, okay. Well done, well done.
Thank you.
So now we're getting a scope out of your whole layout, and I see that you have changed your layout since then,
Yeah.
because you added some installments. But tell us about the building up phase to what we're looking at right now.
Um, I, I guess it started out as like a piece of plywood, like a 4x6 piece of plywood, but it got too big, so I converted over to like the convention tables. I think they're
Hmm.
like 2.5 feet by like 5 feet or something like that, or 5 feet, 2.5 feet by 6 feet. But I converted over to those, so it's a little the city is a little higher and it's easy to get around. It's not up against the wall like that. I made it more in the middle of the room so you could walk around the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I guess it really started coming together once I started accumulating the road base plates
Hmm.
because it was just like it just looked like a bunch of buildings without no roads. Like the roads is really what like set it off and made it feel more complete.
Right, right. I see how you well, probably not in this shot here. Now I'll talk about it again. But you also implemented the extra grass layout in the streets, because
Yeah, yeah,
you got that kind of extra, those extra strip of studs on the street plates.
yeah,
And
yeah. I made them all grass and like flowers and stuff to make it feel a little more I guess town. A lot of people leave like the same thing with the church. Like a lot of people leave out like all the greenery. They're so busy like trying to pack their city full of buildings and you know, but the greenery really sets it off.
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. All right, so let's talk about one of your mock-ups. And this church is immaculate with detail, from the siding on the roof down to the detail you have on that front column, even the rocky green grass, that the hill that is sitting on.
Thank you.
Take us through this build from beginning to what you have now.
Well, when I was first thinking about building the church, I was I didn't know what, like I kind of knew I wanted that those beige those tan bricks,
Hmm.
and I actually saw a guy selling a set on Craigslist for the Simpsons house, and the guy showed up to sell me the Simpsons house, and it was all together in a box, and he was like, "Show me all the detail and stuff," and I kind of just paid him, and then I took the Simpsons Lego house and dropped it into the box, and it fell into all the pieces. And the guy was like,
Hmm.
"What do you?" He was like, "Holy crap, it's all broke." And I was like, "I'm just gonna rebuild it anyway." So I kind of used all those the Simpsons house bricks for that, and then I had to get some of my own to add to the roof and all that. But that's why the windows on it look exactly like the Simpsons house windows on the side, because I just used the same.
Okay.
I used the same exact build technique, but I just made them stained glass windows.
Right.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, that's so. I got all those bricks from, like I said, the an extra Simpsons house that I had bought because I already have one that I
Mhm.
had built.
Oh, you went the hard way. You went you bought the whole set, huh?
Well, yeah, I bought it used offline, and then I just used all
Yeah.
the bricks and I used all the decorations for other mocks that I had, like all the like
Okay.
the furniture and stuff. I just
Hmm.
put it all in other buildings that I had.
Oh, okay, okay. So, how'd you incorporate the hill into the build that you got here?
Um, well, the first, this is actually the second build of the church because the first time I built it on like a regular base plate. But
Mm-hmm.
our lug, we do it. I can actually show you our lug. We do it like we set them up our buildings up like this, like it's like the thin base plate, and then we use technique bricks right on the sides,
Mm-hmm.
and then we use like a regular plate so we could click them all together.
Mm-hmm.
We build the church onto that base plate, and then when I did it, I was like, it needs to be raised up a little, so I made it that platform, and I built like the little bridge that goes across the river to it
Okay.
in the town.
Okay. Okay. So here's a later version of that church
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Hmm.
And you went into detail here with the front lawn
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
along with
has
that
like a little
bridge.
pond. Yeah, it has like a little pond in front of it.
Okay.
I put all the people like in the little in the Batman ducky float.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I got a bunch of little ducky floats, so I like, put a whole group of people out there.
Okay. Okay. A lot of flowers, a lot of decorations, and I see that I see very, very detailed, especially with the sidewalk or the bridge and everything, tiling and everything. Um, you got a good eye for that stuff, and appreciate you bringing that detail out.
Thank you.
All right, and here's an aerial view of that. Looks like a maybe a before and after shot.
Uh,
Um,
yeah, yeah. That was after I put in the lake. I put
yeah.
in that little lake and the little cabin.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I see the cabin. Yeah. Oh, it's pretty awesome. Yeah. All right. All right. So here, tell us what we have here. What are we looking at?
Here is I'm not sure. It's a Ninjago like mech, and we went the tattoo shop I work at. The boss took everybody to Colorado for a vacation,
Mm-hmm.
and since I knew we were going to be in the middle of like nowhere, I like packed all these Legos, all these sets of Legos. I just like ripped open the boxes and dumped all the bags and the manuals in my bag. And me and one of the guys on vacation. He never really builds Legos, but he had fun building it, and he helped me. And we just hung out and played on vacation.
Oh, okay.
But I brought my own because I didn't want to make them go to the toy store, and plus I have so much that needs to be built. But yeah, that was a fun little vacation.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's right outside Boulder, Colorado.
Uh, Boulder Hills, huh? Hills.
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed you did a little customization to your shop there, and you put your name there, and you're hanging out with some friends in your city here.
Yep.
And here's another shot of your city. Now, this is what I was talking about with the grass extension past the sidewalks and stuff like that. Because that using those road plates are it's a lot of studs on those road plates that you either have a long sidewalk or you incorporate something like this.
Yeah, I think the ones I use are it's like 7 studs. It's the
Hmm.
older gray ones, and so you get 7 studs along the sides. And
Hmm.
I didn't want to just make it sidewalk. I wanted it to have like some life to it.
Right. Yeah. Definitely good eye for it. All right, so now we're looking at the earliest stage of your police mock. Tell us about what you were trying to achieve with this mock.
Um, well, it's like I think that's like the third version of
Hmm.
the police station. It was it started off as like the little set that you get, but it really like it wasn't. It's playable, but it doesn't like work well in the city layout. So I kind of took it upon myself and started building it. And so this is the third version of the police station, and it's actually pretty big. It's like a 48, I think, a 48 by 48 base plate, and then that's not even including the sidewalks on the side. But then on the front of it,
Okay.
I put like little gardens and a couple of statues. You might see it in the other picture where it has the statues and the little fountain. But yeah, it has like a little
Okay.
snack room. It has a snack room and a lunch room. It has the jail cells. And the jail cells, I actually just implemented like the same technique where you could slide the doors open from the back
Okay.
when you pull them
Right.
open, like kind of like how the set itself comes.
Right.
And on the bottom floor, it has like the booking office and the locker room and all that stuff.
Okay.
But it's all built in, like you can see in the top picture, it's all built in like modular sections. So you could take it apart and you could set up like minifigs inside. And my son sets up like armed robberies and all sorts of stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Good technique you got here, sir, with the modular still. So it's very transportable.
Yeah, and it helps like having them on that thicker base plate. How like the lug, how we make them extra because you can pick up like that whole thing on that one base plate because it's like reinforced, And if it was just like the regular thin base plate, it would be like all wobbly. But
Right.
when you reinforce them, it's so much easier just to pick them up and carry them wherever you got to go.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the detail you put in here for the front, I guess for the sidewalks was good. You just didn't do the like the traditional plain style with the square tile. You went ahead and implemented a little bit of square and some circles here with a pattern. So that
Yeah.
and
There you go. There goes the
yeah, yep, we got the full detail here. Very, very awesome. You definitely nailed that one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome. Tell us about this mock that you made here.
All right. So this mock is all the modular buildings that Lego offers that are corners are kind of like outside corners, like how the Brick Bank and the Emporium. They're corners, but they're kind of like if you put four of them together, it'd be like just a circle. So I needed a building. I needed a mock that when I put it next to it would be like the inside corner. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yep.
And so I put it up against the police station so I could come off of it like a L and make all my mocks run down the side, like. And I'm on the fence. Like every time I look at this building, I kind of want to rebuild it and make it a little better. But the only part that really shows is just this little bit right in the front. The other sides are butted up against buildings, so it really doesn't matter what they look like, I guess, So I haven't really messed with it yet. But that's the inside corner that Lego does not offer.
Okay.
Yeah, you can kind of see it right up there how it's, and then on the other side, I just have the police station butted up against it, and it's the same height. Yeah, it's a little. So this building is actually a little taller than the police station, but not much.
Okay. Why did you go with this design? Like it's almost like a haunted house.
Yeah, the top, the top definitely has that feel. And it was kind of just like one of those things. Like I just needed a building to fit in that spot, because so when I looked at it, like the top, like it kind of has that haunted house feel, definitely. But
right.
I was just trying to make it as visual in that little bit that I had exposed. I was just trying to make it as appealing as I could.
Okay.
Because when you look at it in the city, it's really not that exposed. It's only like a couple, like the doors and the windows that are in that one area.
Right, you see the corner of the building, not the whole building, because it is a corner building. But yeah. So tell us about this module you have on the right.
That was the lug I'm in when at the meetings sometimes they'll give away, like they'll just dump like some Ziploc bags on tables, and it'll be like random like wheels and rims and windows, roof tiles. It'll just be like random stuff. And so I got those windows, those old school red and green with the red and white with the green shutters, those old school windows. I got a big bag with a bunch of them in it, and I had to build a building, for the lug with the stuff that we got for free. So it's actually a little now. I think I built another floor because I had a bunch of those windows that I had to use.
There. All right, and that's the a different side of it. It looks like you taller.
Yeah, there goes this the third floor.
What was the motivation on making it a little bit taller?
So it matched more of the buildings in my city. All the buildings that I have in the city, like all the ones that are like factory sets from Lego, I have extra floors on all of them, so they kind of seem taller. Like if you look at like the Emporium and the Brick Bank, and then the restaurant, I have an extra floor for it. I have two Palace Theaters, so I have an extra floor for the Palace Theater. So all my buildings are a little higher.
Okay.
It's that can't go out, so go up.
Yeah, very true, very true. All right, so tell us about this garage mark you got right here. That
is actually the latest build. I just finished. I just finished it a couple of weeks ago. I love the little Speed Champion sets, all the cars.
Yeah.
And my best friend owns a garage. He's a mechanic. And I told him I was going to build a garage for all the Speed Champion cars. And so that's the garage itself. And actually, it wasn't supposed to be in the Columbus Museum of Art, but then somebody didn't show up to the setup, one of the members, and so he had like a bunch of spots available. So I just went home and got it, and we set it up for the display in the museum. And I actually used the lift design that the Speed Champions. One of the sets has a lift, like a wind tunnel lift. So I used it in the inside. So it has like a tire machine. There might be a picture of the inside, but it has like a tire changing machine,
right,
and a computer layout and everything like a speed shop would.
So we got the outside there, and
yeah, that's a setup for the museum. Yeah,
from the museum. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see, and we'll come back to that because I think I have a couple of photos of the inside.
No problem.
So you took the Palace Cinema and you doubled it and you mirrored it off.
Yeah, this was the debate was to make the two of them side by side like that, or just to take the third, just to take it and make it taller instead of being so it doesn't have as big a footprint in the city, and I could put other buildings in there. I think it's still set up like that right now.
Okay.
I just happened to tattoo. I just happened to tattoo. God, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I said go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I just happened to tattoo a guy who was a former employee at the local Lego store. So I did a tattoo on him, and he gave me a Palace Theater and the French restaurant.
Good trade. Good trade.
Yeah.
Good trade. Any plans on maybe taking the one down and combining it, making it taller?
Yeah, yeah, that's actually that's what the debate is right now. But I think I'm probably going to do that and just make it taller,
Hmm.
and so I could put a different building in where that building is.
Okay. Okay.
Because I have a bunch of houses, I have a bunch of stuff that I can't even fit in the city right now because I don't have no room for them.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, definitely good options. Good options. All right. So this was at one of the shows right here.
Yeah, that's actually the
Right.
setup that we just set up. A young lady that's part of the Ohio Log built that church. Her name was Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
That's her church, and she had a she had a serious church last year, but I don't know what happened to it. It was gray. This is her new church for this year, but she always builds really nice churches.
Okay. Okay. Right. This is your layout here. I see your
Yeah,
building in the back.
yeah, yeah. In my house. That's my layout.
Okay. All right. So take us through your mock you have here.
Well, I actually just started putting those like the little creator houses. I have a bunch of them, so I made a section. Hold on 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Two people die. I get seen.
If you're just tuning in, we're live with BizBricks, um, showing a few of his mocks, and at one of the haunted houses here.
Sorry, I had to get my phone charger.
Oh, okay, no worries, no worries.
But
So tell us about that haunted house you got in the back there.
So the haunted house is the Monster Fighter haunted house, and I built that mountain on it so because I wanted to overlook the city. So that's why I built that mountain. That's actually the second one. I built the first one, but it wasn't as high.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. So we're looking over to the left, and you made some installments to your city. Tell us about these modular buildings you got here.
The one that's right there is it's actually filled with like little video games, like little video arcades. It's, my son's name is Nolan, so that's called Nolan's Good Times, and it's a record shop. On the second floor, it's all records, and on the first floor, it's all video games.
Okay. Okay.
I forgot. I got the little video games at one of the brick shows from I forgot who it was, but they sell them like with all the like little decals from like the '80s video games.
Right. Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, they're pretty
awesome.
sweet.
Very simple build, but very awesome. Like especially with the details on it.
Yeah.
So the white building next to the Good Times. Which building is that?
It's actually one of the first like modular buildings that I built. It's just a tall like apartment building. I decorated it with all like the furniture from the extra Lego house, the Simpsons house. So it's just like a tall apartment building. I think it's like 3 or 4 floors.
Okay. All right, so let's go back to the garage that you made, and this is one of your displays in the shows that you're doing coming here. So now we're taking a look inside. Go ahead and give us the tour.
Okay, so it has the two lifts, and in the middle it has like a little computer station, so you could set up the cars and have like the little readouts, you know. And then it has a tire rack. It has the tire rack in the back corner, and a little tire changing machine that's there. I have a little. There you go. And the lifts actually go up and down. If you when you hit that little red lever, it lifts it up. There might be a picture of one up in the air, but I'm not sure. But
Okay.
yeah, that's about it. It has a little speed shop. I got like the little tools section. I was thinking about putting an apartment on top of it, but I'm not sure yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, the little tire shop there. So, all right, we're looking a little bit inside of your city, and it looks like it's changing. Tell us what's new in this picture here.
Actually, I think in that picture is just the mocks that I have set up. That they're all in like the display at the Columbus Museum of Art right now. But I changed those. I always mix up this the buildings. Like the city doesn't stay the same for too long. Try to mix it up so I could get different pictures, and so it doesn't always look the same, you know.
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Like that police station you got going on there looks pretty nice. It sits real well in the layout that you have here, and the grass that you have. That's a very, very good concept. I think that's actually the first time I've seen it laid out like that with the road plates.
Oh, thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, I just wanted to do something different, you know, like I gotta say, like all the cities I see, like all the people I follow, it's just I mean, they're all great buildings, but it's just like they just try to put as many buildings in as they can. And I just wanted mine to have like a more of a town feel instead of a city feel, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. You're a huge figure collector?
Heck yeah, yeah. I think we have almost 2,000 minifigs.
Oh wow, that's a
Yeah,
lot.
that shelf that I had that shelf built. I saw this guy on Craigslist, and he was building like custom shelves, and they held like 50 minifigs. So I emailed him, and I was like, I have a project if you want to take it into. And he's like, all right. So I said, I need a shelf that holds like 500 minifigs. So he built that shelf that's in the background above that police station, and it holds 400. It holds 450 minifigs. It's about it's about 2 feet tall by about 4 feet long. It's ridiculous.
Oh wow. So I have another shot here of your city, and this red and white tower. Tell us the inspiration behind this tower you have.
Well, when I was building that tower, the goal was for it to be the tallest building in the city, and it comes apart like modularly. I guess it's let me see. I guess every section's about 10 bricks tall, and all the way up the tower, it has a spiral staircase that like rides along the wall. That goes all the way up to the top where you can set up minifigs to look out like a lookout tower. It was originally going to be like a clock tower, but figuring out building the clock face and all that, I put that on the back burner, so I just made it a lookout tower for now.
Right. Not too bad. Not too bad. Looks good. Looks good. You got the red color variations in it, and even the windows.
I had to order I ordered like 50 of those old school like little windows for that building. They're like built. I guess they're like 1 by 2 by 2. red windows. I ordered a bunch of them, and I made like so I put them all over the tower like randomly, you know.
Okay. And here's another shot of your haunted house. Are you into photography?
Nah, man. Well, what happened was like when I started taking pictures of my Lego city, there was so much stuff like in the room, like all like other Lego sets and storage bins, away from the thing I was focusing on. So I downloaded I downloaded like this Photoshop app for my phone, and I just photoshopped the skies in the background. So it gives you what I want you to focus on without seeing all my Legos and all the other stuff in the background, you know.
Gotcha. All right, and now we have your church and the haunted house side by side, complementing each other. On the hillside, you definitely put in some work. And if at the end of the slideshow, I'm trying to get you to give us another shot of that, if you don't mind, especially the interior part of that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, I'm trying to get you up here. I can't see you.
No.
You charged up yet?
I'm hitting the. I don't know. You can hear me, but you can't see me?
Yeah, I can't see you.
I got a big C on my screen.
Get it?
There you go.
Hey, there you go. Yay! All right, show us that that haunted house again in the cave.
All right. So the church goes here, but it's the layout. So in there for now. But you can kind of see like as like the doors open and close over here, and then I got like the little little up there it goes around here.
Oh, very cool, very cool, very cool.
Thank you.
So, Biz, you one more question, and then I'll let you get back to your building.
No problem.
So you become an old man, you know, inevitably we all get there, right? You become an old man, right? And you pass your gifts along to your son. With those gifts of Lego, what do you say to him?
Oh man, don't let it get dusty. Play with it.
Right.
Put it to use. Don't sell it.
Right.
Yeah, you can't sell it without asking me first.
I'm sure he won't. I'm definitely sure he won't. Hey folks, if you're just tuning in, I'm Iceberg, that's BizBricks. He's on the Icebox with me. Go back, take a look, some great stuff, some great answers. So you tune us in next Monday at 9, where my guest will be Charm City Bricks. Surprise! He didn't know, but now he knows. And instead of this Wednesday, the DMV boys will be live 9 o'clock tomorrow because of the holiday. So everybody's doing the turkey thing. Biz, any last words?
It was a pleasure, man. Thanks for hitting me up. Thanks for following me on Instagram. Your builds and everything as well.
Thank you, Biz. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution to the Lego community. And thank you for being on the show, Biz. So folks, that's going to conclude the show today. Definitely tune in next Monday. Charm City's in the house. He's another dynamic builder such as Biz. And tune in tomorrow at 9 for the DMV Bros show. All right, folks. With that, I bid you peace, love, and Lego. Have a good night.
Peace.